Hello, today we hack a heater blower motor in a Volkswagen Polo. Before we start, please consider subscribing to my channel, it really helps me a lot, and also let me know what you would like to see and if you enjoyed this video. Okay, let's begin. I previously made another video about this heater blower motor and the problem is still there. It's making a lot of vibrations and noise when it's on speed 2 and higher. If you want to see how to open it, please watch my other video and it will show detailed information about how to open each screws where they're located. And this time I'm going to get a completely new motor. This is the box of the new fan and it's brand new. You can see it's all shiny. And I was looking at it and it looks just like the original one. It's not the manufacturer one, it's a cheaper version. T15 and T20 open all the screws. But before I was able to install it, I realized there was a serious problem with the part I got. I bought this part from eBay from Germany. And in Germany they drive on the right side of the road while I drive on the left side. So left hand drive versus right hand drive. The part looks the same in the box but is not. It's exactly the opposite. I tried contacting the seller to return it but they wouldn't answer my emails and it's a bit difficult. I should have seen that it was the wrong part from the beginning. You should be careful and check if the part really matches your car. What I'm thinking of doing is to install the motor from the new fan in the old casing. I'm checking the support pins and they have the same positions as the old one. Unfortunately, the blades of the fans are also the opposite mirrors and they are made to spin in opposite ways actually. These rubber mounts, they're really worn out. But comparing the new fan housing with the old one, even the connector position is in the same place. So that's good news. So the plan is to put the new motor in the old housing and the old motor and the new housing, they will just be unused. That's the connector on the old housing and the new one. The trick I will try to do, except switching the squirrel cage, is to reverse the polarity of the motor so it spins in the opposite way compared to how it's made to spin. I just cut the wires from the old motor. Unsolder the old wires from the new motor and replace the wires with the connector from the old housing. If you see on the right side it's positive, on the housing it's positive on the right side and negative on the left. The other motor is the same. On the right side it should be positive. So the positive wire is this orange one. They're a bit confusing, these ones. One is bright orange, the other one is a bit brown, so brown would be the ground wire in this case. Orange is positive. I will strip the insulation of the cables. Preparing the wires to be soldered. Now it's time to remove the wires from the new motor. You just need a strong soldering iron that can bring a lot of heat quickly. You can use some solder paste or flux to speed up the process. Preparing the wires from the housing to connect them to the motor. Just one more time, I want to make sure that I got it right. I put the old housing and the new housing side by side and compare the wires, and indeed the orange one is the positive. Showing you what I mean when I say they're mirrored. One housing is made to spin counterclockwise and the other one is clockwise. Same for the blades of the fan. This one is made to spin counterclockwise. It would be installed in that casing, which makes the air flow easily outside. The other one is made to spin clockwise, meaning that the air would flow in the same way but the opposite. If we were to use the case of the old motor with the new motor, if the fan was spinning in the same direction, it would use the blades in a not very efficient way. It would be like trying to eat with a spoon that is reversed upside down. By reversing the direction of the motor, it would mean that the aerodynamics inside the container, the case, would not be so efficient, but this would be still much better than spinning the motor clockwise. Remove the connector from the old case by pulling the tabs left and right, and then the trick here is to reverse the polarity of the motor. So before, the red wire on this new motor was on the left, and we're going to change that. We're going to put the positive, which is orange, to the right, and the brown, which is negative, to the left, and we're going to solder them both. After soldering, just hold it for a few seconds and then check the joints. They should be shiny if there was enough heat. Shiny is good. Wiring it like this will make the spin of the motor in the counterclockwise direction. If you would spin it clockwise, it wouldn't really push any air, but when you spin it counterclockwise, it would work as normal. The old one I can use as a DC motor for some other project in the indefinite future. Install the rubber bushings on the new motor and make sure that when you reinstall the connector on the housing, it's secured in place and it clicks. When it clicks, it's locked. make sure that the rubber mounts are seated properly, because the fan, if it's too tall, it will touch the inside in the car and it will not spin. So make sure it's pressed down all the way, and if you need, you can use a screwdriver to press the rubber mounts down. These ones should come out a bit so that the motor is locked in place. Don't be afraid to use a bit of force if necessary. Going back to the car, you can watch my other video if you want to see how to install it back in the car. And now it's ready to go back and test. Just making sure that the recirculator flap is working properly. Again, you can watch my other video about this and shows how to install and uninstall the heater blower motor fan. Works perfectly and silently. I'm really enjoying this. And now there are no more vibrations. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you didn't do that already. And also let your friends know about this video. Please share it, and I will see you next time. Bye.